Of YouTube, like other platforms, where I must wait and see if we are live. And we are live. Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome back to another edition of the Jedi Academy here on RSG, the show where we hang out with you wonderful and amazing people, and we do nothing but answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, episode 321. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. And the way the show works is I leave it open to any content creators that want to come in, besides myself. And we're here to answer your questions. It's real simple. If you have a question you want to pose to myself or anybody that pops in the Zoom call as part of the panel, then all you have to do is put the word question in front of your actual question, comment, or statement that you want us to respond to and or answer, and we will get that done. Pretty simple, straightforward. This is an interactive stream. We do nothing else but here. So get your questions in, all that fun stuff, and we will rock and roll from there. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. That helps tremendously. I know. Leave comments. All that stuff helps with YouTube. We don't make anything on this, so every little bit helps. So if you like the content stuff, share with other people. Leave comments. Just interact. Watch the video the whole way through. Those are the small little things you can help any content creator besides myself that's putting in the work for content like this. So please do. We very much appreciate it, and I'm sure the other people that you can do that for appreciates it. Give your greeting in the chat. Say hi to me. Say hi to all the other skewers. I will shout you out here in a moment. Say thank you for being here. You could be watching anything else, but you decided to watch me on a Saturday morning here in the U.S. and wherever you are in the world. It's very much appreciated. So I appreciate that about you guys. Outside of that, we got a lot of news. We had the Road Ahead drop yesterday. I'll do some more JAC today at the end of the stream, like we traditionally do. I did the hard part yesterday. That insane wall that my opponent put in. They haven't attacked me yet. I know you guys always ask me about how GAC is going. Right now, I think I'm 5-2. So I've got a winning record in GAC no matter what this 3v3. I always have a winning record in GAC. What the hell am I talking about? And I'm 5-2, and that's with MegaCon, where the first two fights I didn't really do. So having a pretty good run in 3v3. Outside of that, if you would like to support us in other ways, I am trying to raise money for a new video card because we don't make anything from streaming. Really don't. If you'd like to help me with that endeavor, Stream Elements will pop it in. But if you want to go to the PayPal, clink, make me do some morning shoeies, just go to the PayPal there. Or you can become a Patreon, get all the great benefits that we have for Patreons. If you haven't checked it out, you please do. You can go to the Patreon and become a patron. $5 a month supports everything we do. So either way, if you do a Patreon or PayPal, just go clink in the chat. Let me know. And that'll equal shoey. There you go. I've done my spiel for the day. I hope everyone's having a good day. I was going to plan on doing all my GAC last night, but those communists over at Capital Games, devious little divas they are, decided they were going to drop the Road Ahead yesterday afternoon late. And it's like, well, holy baloney. Wow. Okay. So we mainly covered that. Spent about an hour and a half on that yesterday. I did a little bit of GAC yesterday because of it, so we'll see. I think that was a little bit more important than GAC. We can cover GAC anytime, but we don't get many Road Ahead, so I kind of put that as a priority there. Good morning to everybody out there. We have Jedi Rules, our Legoland master and fellow connoisseur of SWGOH says, first and hey from San Diego. That's right. It's Linky. It's Linky. It's fun for a girl and a boy. Says, hello, peeps. Hello, Linky. You bastard. You crazy bastard. Depressed Swampa says, happy delicious Saturday, skewers. Happy delicious Saturday to you. So keep giving your greetings. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. If you do want to do clink and have me do morning shoeies and help me out with the new video card. I'm aiming big. I was going to aim small, but Desi Jingle Schnarf, being Desi Jingle Schnarf, said, no, Ranger, you're going to aim big. You're going to like it. But I said, but I don't want to. And well, I lost that argument. So, yeah. Don't argue with women. You'll lose. Phil Regan, hello. Says, hello, Ranger and Skewers. Happy Saturday. Hello, Phil Regan. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. Yes. Apologies to my guild. I forgot to join TW, so they're doing TW right now. Sometimes I don't join the weekends, but that's because I've been doing stuff on the weekends like MegaCon and stuff like that. But I saw that I was so busy doing other stuff. I've been kind of out of it this week. I had both the influenza shot, the COVID vaccine, all that stuff this week. I had a lot of stuff. And it's like this just wiped my ass out. Rayox says, good morning, Ranger. Pickle flashers, Wookie strokers, coffee drinkers, and taco eaters. Well, I don't have any tacos, but I do have some coffee. That's good Colombian brew coffee, right? The unstable engineer, choo choo, says, hello, Ranger. Hello there, train engineer. I know you were recently let go from that position, but you will always be the train engineer in my heart. That will never change. Yeah, I've been really just that shit knocked me on my ass. Not, like bad, just tired all the time. It just, when you have that much virus going through your body, it's just the way it goes. I still have more tests coming up I have to get done. It's my annual stuff. You should get your checkups though. I know it's a pain, but all these tests is to make sure you're okay. Prevention is the best form of healthcare. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, trying to get a chest x-ray. They're doing all kinds of stuff. My ankle, good Lord. So I think I get my hearing checked again too. It's like, at least that I've got severe hearing loss, but not bad. Are you gonna argue with the doctor? No, I don't argue with the doctor. So you shouldn't either. So get your questions. I know we had the road ahead. Comments, questions, stuff along those lines. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, or anything else on your mind. You can ask me anything about the game, and yeah. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. What else, 73? Glad to have you here. It says, and you look like you work out. Yes. I had Bubba Fett. More Morrison tone says, hey, I look good, and he could tell I worked out. And God damn it, that made my day. I had fun with the doctor that I was showing him, talking to him about MegaCon and all the stuff we were doing and pictures and stuff. He got a big kick out of that. Orlando says, hey, Ranger. Hi, Ranger. Hey, Big O. Says, and what do you think about the road ahead? I really liked it. The only thing that I just I threw my hands up and said, lick my ass on was the gift giving. It was so disingenuous. They're saying, well, we read the surveys and their survey said that this is what you guys wanted. Really? Because I'm pretty in touch with the community and I've talked to other content creators. Yes, we wanted more stuff to be able to give to guildies and stuff to help them out, whether it be character shards, if we could be able to do that, or gear that's not available right now and some other things. You damn right there's some stuff we want to do for guild gifting. They took that to mean, yes, if you would like to spend even more money in the game on somebody else, which is fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with them doing that, but the problem that bothered me is like, if you want to do that, just do that. But don't sit there and tell me that's what the community wanted. Because I'm pretty sure, and I talk to you guys and everybody else in other communities all the time, it's like, that's not what we wanted. So don't sit there and say we're really listening. No, you hear what you want to hear on that, CG, and then you came up with a way to make money, which is fine. I don't have a problem with the gift giving. I think it's insane, It'll be nice for you, or if you have a well in your camp, someone wants to buy you something for a birthday or something, it's fine. But it's not what we wanted, so don't sit there and blow smoke up my ass, all right? I challenge you, CG, on that. Now, outside of that, I'm very excited. I'm not the biggest, you guys know I'm not the biggest Jar Jar fan, but I'm excited for a lot of you because that's an important film to you. I know Calvin and some other people that are content creators love episode 1 and love the prequels, and the gun that's coming in is exciting. Queen Amidala will not condone the course of action that would lead us to war. That's really exciting. I'm very excited about that. The new raid, the new everything. Great. I thought it was fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. But the gift giving is like, sorry, not buying it. Don't try to blow shit up my ass. I'm just not listening to it. So I'm sorry. You're not laying the smoke over my eyes on that one. Linky says, well, the good thing about the new road ahead is we can bribe players to join guilds. That's true, you can. Oh my God. Hey, Jesus, what's going on? Mr. Dominguez says, good afternoon. Hey, what's going on, brother? Jedi Roll says, Ranger gift giving is amazing. No, it's not. Now, if you think it's amazing, I'm not going to argue with you because it's a subjective thing. So if you think it's great, awesome. I disagree vehemently. I think it's poop. Jesus says, well, harden your count and also someone else's too. Great idea. I know, just... God. And someone in the other chat's like, well, we can get you stuff, Ranger's like, no, you can't. It's guild gift giving. I'm pretty sure it says so unless you're in my guild, that ain't happening. And I don't want it. The engineer says, maybe you and Chet can help me looking for a new name for online. Since nobody wants to hire a 50-year-old engineer and I will be looking for something else. Any ideas? Looking for a new name for online. No, it's kind of your shtick, but you know, go with something fun, engineer. If you know, something related to you, something you like, you can kind of, you know, do an oxymoron together and just put two words together and make something fun. You know, I mean, I've always known you as the engineer. You will always be the engineer to me, but have some fun with it. Think of something creative that, you know, maybe a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? First one says, CG's blown so much smoke at us over the years. We surely have lung cancer. Sure. Link says, Queen Amidala's the next Conquest character I didn't expect. I didn't either. I thought we were going to get Padawan Kenobi, but I'm okay with that. I mean, Queen Amidala, very iconic. GR needed some love anyway. I still think we're going to get Padawan Kenobi in some form. How could we not? But yeah, the delicious engineer. Get that shit out of here, Depressed Wampa. I expected more from the road ahead. Maybe change in GAC or TW. Yeah, that one's a little surprising, but I'm okay with that. So yeah. Thought we would get some announcements. There doesn't mean we won't get an announcement on that. Maybe it wasn't part of the road ahead. Maybe we'll do a separate post about that, right? You don't want the road ahead to be too convoluted. And the road ahead is usually about some big things that are related to the big theme that they're going for. But I thought the road ahead was very good. The gift giving. But outside that, A+ for me. How about the engineer formerly known as the engineer? It's a bit long, but it worked for Prince. That's true, right? Could you just make a sign like Prince did that's, you know, not even a word, just a symbol? You know, you could do that, engineer. Jack Daniels questions. Good morning, Ranger. Good morning, Jack Daniels. Says, hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Do you think we'll get another quality life update that didn't mention? No. Datacron UI or default mod loadouts are tweaked to Fleet Arena or TW? No. Not anytime soon. Maybe something this summer into the fall we'll get some kind of change, because I think with the announcement of the new raid, Padme, the new all that stuff, right? There's a new zone coming into TB. I think that's anything they might do for TW or GAC will be a late summer, fall kind of thing. Once they get through the summer and we get through the new raid and everything like that, then we'll start seeing some messaging on the next stage of them working on something. But yeah. Also, no mention of Jedi Cal again. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Jedi Cal. Cobra Cast, what's going on? It's this question. No capital ship or GL mentioned with the new stuff. Does that affect your speculation at all? No, I still think we're still getting the same capital ship that I mentioned, which will be for Trench, and I still think the next GL in the fall is going to be True Revan. So yeah. For sure. Now, I will say with this announcement with the raid coming in like May or June, whenever, Endor raid's already past my mirror, because if I want to be ready for the next raid to start contributing to my guild, I can't be spending. I got to go hard on the other characters and stuff. We have 5 new characters that's gonna be needed for the raid, including Jar Jar. So it's like, So, and you know they're gonna need Relic 8, so. My plan to take all the rest of those characters, Relic 8, for the Endor raid is like, you know, I'm about to pop Relic 9 on Darth Bane here in 2 weeks. It's like, you know, no. So there goes that plan, you know. Gotta start hoarding and be ready to start popping shit as it happens. It'd be crazy. But for my speculation, no. But that has changed my farming plan. Because I was hoarding, I was going to go Relic 9 Darth Bane and just pop Relic 8 on like 3 or 4 more characters for the raid. So I had enough to do like, you know, 12 million damage, 13 million damage, whatever it was. I was like, why do I care now? We got a new raid coming out. I got to start thinking for the future. So it's like, yeah, Linky says, yeah, 5 characters for like 8 for July-ish. Nope. Yeah, I gotta start saving. There's no way. Depressed says, I hope I can get Jar Jar second path 3 months later, hopefully not 6. I know, right? They have been so helter-skelter. It doesn't make sense, right? We were talking about this last night. I thought it made sense because there's a new TV zone with Bo coming in, but then I'm like, well, wait a minute. What's that have to do with Cal coming back on a normal release cadence, right? I still think, I thought it was going to come this week. It didn't. So I'm still thinking next week for Jedi Cal end of February, because that would be like 4 months since we had him, because we got him in October. So November, December, January, February, that's 4 months. I don't know if they're doing 3 months and then 4 months on him, but the Bo thing completely threw me off, which is trying to understand CG's release cadence on this. I just don't get it. Yeah, I still, let's see what next. Now, if next week he doesn't come, now we got some complaining to do, because that's kind of stupid. How can you have Bo that, doesn't even have a TV zone? Yeah, she's really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Bo, but Cal, 4 months plus. I mean, come on, CG. It's not hard to schedule it every 3 months. You plan. This date. People need consistency. When they don't have consistency, you want them to work on stuff and say, we'll let you know. That's hard on folks, especially when they're trying to progress. You want them to progress, but if you... maddening. Boss, they don't want to... Yeah. Mr. Brown, 5, you mean 7? Gungans plus Stap and Amidala. Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, who are we kidding? I'll be doing a lot of Relic 8 hoarding, so yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I kind of, after looking at it, because we did get him 3 months after the fact, after that release, so what they did with Grand Inquisitor is, we didn't understand. I didn't understand at the time. I don't agree with it. I'm just saying I didn't understand it at the time. We were waiting for that 3 month, and 3 became 4, 4 became 5, 5 became 6, and then, oh, hey, you're going to need him for this new TB and stuff. So they did a pressure thing where it's like, okay, oh, by the way, TB, you're going to need this, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, for God's sake. So not only did it put pressure on you to get GI when the event came out, which a lot of people were ready for, but it was also the additional relics and stuff you were going to need for the Riva mission, right? So it was like, that's why they waited. And, it's what they do. That one I kind of get, but the Jedi Cal one, the TB thing's been out for a while. What are we doing? And if people are spending and working on it, why make them wait additionally? I don't get it. But they don't explain their thought process on this. So we are just left in the lurch about why this is happening. If you just came out, CG, and said, hey, this is up, this is the cadence, what you can kind of expect, this is why we're doing something. It doesn't matter whether we like it or not. At least we know something in relation to that. But no. So we're left in the lurch where all we can do is speculate on when that Jedi Cal is coming back, and that makes it really difficult. Because CG is stupid. Stupid. No, CG can be quite intelligent at times, and they make a lot of good moves that I really like. They also do things that drive me up the wall. So, oh my God. Sweet Jesus and baby Jesus. All right. So, yes, keep the questions coming in. I am too, man. It's like, good Lord. I just feel bad for you guys that are waiting. It's so strange, this release cadence on Cal. I mean, the TB zone is out. You want people to progress in Zepho and do stuff and then feel like they're moving forward, but then you stop them and make them wait. It's like, I know the first time around I got it, because it's like, okay, if you didn't spend, you got to wait. Then we waited 4 months, and then it's like, okay, second time around, but it's like, okay, now you can start releasing it on a normal, because but they didn't do that. Carl, the Copage says, question, finally unlocking C Ultimate this week. No Bane for a few months, but what are the C Bane team comps looking like? No, it's just Bane and C. You don't use anybody else. Their bonuses are predicated on just C and Bane going in there going, wee. Look at that kit, baby. You don't need anything else. That means you can go move Watt somewhere else, back to whatever you want him to use. So you just need C and Bane and enjoy the deliciousness. Yes. Now, Bane will have his own leadership that you can use a Sith and do some good stuff with, but C with Bane is going to be creamy. Engineer question. Rerolled a Datacron and got sure. Yeah. Mine is Link Gear 12 and Saw as well. Wanted the bigs one. What are best Momo and Saw teams for 5v5? And or is OG Lando a good lead now for Datacron? Not Lando. The shirt you put in with Saw in what was the team that we ran into the other day? Hold on, let me look at it. I'm having a brain fart moment. It's Rebel Fighters, of course, right? So you want Saw, you want Saw, Baze, and Churret. And then yeah, Saw lead, and then it's a nasty cron. Momo teams, Saw teams, you go Saw with Churret, Baze, and some Rebel Fighters. Momo you can kind of keep the same. You go Momo with like Kyle, that stuff, you just throw Biggs and Wedge in there, and that's your 5v5 team with Momo. And then Saw with the Churret one is Churret, you know, do your Rebel Fighter one with those two, and you'll be fine. Linky, well, you can get to Zephyr without Jedi Cal. You can, but doing it with regular Cal is really nasty. It can be done. You better have insane God mods, and it can be done, but the success rate is different than with Jedi Cal. I mean, even with Jedi Cal, I've got the Omicron. You can still get bad RNG. It's really gross. No, it's just a hell of a lot easier, even though it's not as easy. But I mean, it's a world of difference. Trying it with regular Cal versus Jedi Cal, especially if you have that Omni, is like night and day. Trust me, I've been through the wars on that one. Like, ooh, God. Yeah, Linky just gave you the team there, engineer. He's a Conquest character, so I'll believe it when we can actually use Bane. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Bane. Yeah. And then Wedge, Saw, Linda, and Jin are the only Rebel fighters, and the Rebel leader party is kind of key. Yeah. I don't pull Rogue One apart, so yeah. You stream them both for the guild. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's, oh boy. I'm thinking once the new Padme, okay, your thing got cut off there. All right. I don't know what that is saying there. Jedi rules. I'll redo yours. Read it in its full totality. All right, good morning to everybody. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, all that good stuff. We got a lot of viewers today. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all the good stuff. As I said, if you'd like to help, been linking it in there. I don't know why Stream Elements isn't doing it. Welcome to Patreon. If you'd like me to do a morning shoey, just go to the PayPal link. It's in the description of the video. And go clink. I'm trying to get a new video card. I'd like to do some more different content than SWGOH and play some more games with you guys, but I'm kind of limited with the video card I have. I got to upgrade it, and Desi Jingle snarf. We go big on that, so I got a lot of work to do. And if you want to see me do a morning shoey or tell a dad joke, go for it. Mr. Mike Hall in the mechanics says Jedi Cal with the potency build and Omnis is pretty much 100% run rate for Zephyr unlock. Yeah, it can be. You can still get the bad RNG. Me and Karth have seen this where they just go after Cal. They don't give a shit. They just go after Cal in that second phase, and you're just like, God damn, get off my dick, man. Like, stop it. Because even with the potency build, and I've got the one you're talking about, I have, you know how it is, Mr. Mike Mole, or Mike Hole. You know how the Illuminati treats me, where I'm like, I go to do my ability, like, let me get some dazes and stun. Okay, no dazes and stuns. Let's try it again. All right, second time, no dazes or stuns. Third time, okay, I landed 1 daze, no stuns. What in the bloody hell is going on? So I'm glad you have a higher success rate, but yeah, the 2 times that I failed it, every other time I beat it, but the 2 times I failed, one is because in the second phase, IPD came out of nowhere, hit me for 350,000 damage, and then the other time it was like, stop hitting Cal, leave him alone. No, Sears over there, go shoot her. Stop shooting me. And then it was like, damn it. I'm gonna try to Gurika. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Question, I'm saving gear for Jedi Cal, as you should. Need 3 tunes for Leia. What shall I do after Leia? Don't have Starkiller, Dr. Malgus, Profundity, Leviathan, and not a lot of... Skip those and work on mainly on new stuff. No. Star Killer's not a bad play. The two, you can do two things at once here, Gura. You can go. I like the Star Killer play, and you should go for probably Profundity. Leviathan, I would only recommend if you've got the Conquest characters and stuff lined up for that. I do like, after Leia, of course. Jedi Cal, wait for Leia, go for. But I think Star Killer is such a really powerhouse team. And then going into Profundity for ship. You always want to have a ship farm going for one of your meta fleets. If you've already got Executor squared away, then go for Profundity. Leviathan's a lot harder to go for because unless you have the Conquest characters. Now, if you have the Conquest characters lined up, then you can go Leviathan. But I'm pretty sure you don't at this point. That's a hard ask. If you do, then you can pick either one, Profundity or Leviathan. I think you do. You take a break after finishing a GL. I say go for another team that is not a GL. Because that's such a grind and such a wear on you, and it takes so much time. And then you just go in there and do a nice, smooth Star Killer, awesome character, awesome team. Work on that, work on your ship, and then after that, then you can make a decision afterwards. But I think that would be the play, just from what the question you gave me there. Jedi Rolls Ranger, I'm thinking once the new Padme comes in, I will try the hard conquest for the first time. Well, good luck to you. Good luck, my friend. Neo Venom says, hello Ranger, you know what's better than a thumbs up? A finger in. Ooh. I mean, you're not wrong. Just leave that there. So yeah, I had IBD explode, respawn, explode again immediately, so that can happen too. Yeah, it's just, there's RNG to this fight, and I don't wish it on anybody, but yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, back in the day with the Riva mission, I mean, you guys all know Ahsoka Meow, like 14 million GP account, right? She went in there on the Riva mission and, she's got mods that you could just drool over, right? Had the team totally set up. First round, 4 of her characters got stunned and she got hosed. And we're just sitting there going, wow. Sometimes the RNG gods go, oh no, you must fare more. CD Red Devil 27 says, good morning on this fine 17th, you son of a bitch. Why'd you bring that up? You bastard. Bastard. There's some Swevens in those numbers. How could you? Good morning, 27. All right, keep your questions coming in, keep your comments coming in, all that stuff. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And if you want to help me with my video card, you can go make a donation there. Again, not that I don't trust you guys, but I don't trust you guys. If you become a Patreon or you want to help me with the new video card and see me do shoeies, morning shoeies, I always give you something. Or you can do a dad joke, whatever, however you want me to suffer. Every $7 goes toward that. But make sure you go clink because I will verify. If I'm going to drink Foster's, that poison from Australia, and the beautiful shoe provided by Desi Jingle Schnarf Schnarf, I'm going to verify. And if I'm going to read a dad joke, you better believe. 8.5 years of dad jokes. People are like, why don't you like dad jokes? Have you ever had them done to you over and over and over again? James, my boy, says, hey, Skewers, Skull. Hi, my fine Irish boy over there, ready to have them twin Irish babies. Oh, it's a fine day over there in Ireland. You blame Finn, Jedi Rolls? Yeah, I mean, how can you go wrong not blaming Finn? I know he's my heterosexual life mate, but I mean, I blame Finn for everything. My coffee doesn't taste right. I'll just go, God damn it, Finn. Cobra Cat says, Ranger is keeping Foster's American branch in business single-handedly. No, I'm not. I buy what I need to for the fridge back there and keep it stocked. You know who keeping Foster? I can barely get it because, when I go into the store, I don't know what it is, man. People think that is some extraordinarily great stuff. It's off the shelf all the time. They can't keep it on the shelves here. I was like, wait a minute. I have to buy this because I'm forced to. You're buying it because you like it. Let's let that sink in. Oh, speak of the devil, Desi Jingle Schnarf Schnarf says, good morning, folks. Good morning, Desi Jingle Schnarf Schnarf. Schnarf Schnarf. Schnarf Schnarf. And Jedi Rules is excited to see Desi jingle snarf snarf in the chat. Oh, yeah. Desi's in the chat. Everyone goes going to the splat. All right. Keep your questions, comments coming in. Have the road ahead, all that kind of stuff. Let me just check there quick, see how my JC's gone. Yeah, they still haven't attacked yet, so we'll see how that goes. Not too bothered. We win, we win. If we don't, we don't. We did the hard GAC last night. We did the tough fight, the GL fight, the bow fight. But yes. The personal weapon, do you think the STAP will be required for the raid? Yes. Anything new that's coming out will be some form of requirement for something. It always has been like that. I can't think of anything new that didn't come out that wasn't needed for end or something coming out that they have coming. It's always linked in and tied in. Maybe the STAP is a one-off, but it's a possibility. That being said, the odds are very high that you will be needing the STAP or something. And it's something I'll farm like I do for everything. I'm going to farm the Gungans. I'm going to farm all this stuff because I want to help the guild in the raid and stuff. So I'm already preparing for that. Yes. Cobracast question, baseless speculation on the rewards for the Mandalorian bonus planet. I have no earthly idea. I haven't even given it much thought, Cobracast. I mean, it'll be a little higher level with that one. So I think definitely Karatex, more get. I don't see anything spectacular coming from that. I don't think we're getting a character from that zone. I mean, no. So it'll just be more additional another star and or, stuff that we can get. I don't think it's going to be extraordinary stuff. So yeah. General Ranger question, when are we getting Padawan Kenobi? I don't know. I really thought that he would be a part of this somehow, some way, but I was wrong. I don't know. Now I have no earthly idea. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Linky. Linky in the chat says Kairo's in a star. That's what I'm kind of thinking too for that. Kairo's in a star. Yeah. Just more stuff. I mean, if it's another zone where it's like free shit, it's like, okay. I mean, of course, you have to have bow and everything like that, obviously, which a lot of people don't have, but it's a way to say, hey, if you want more good stuff, you got to give the effort for bow, which you should. Bow is phenomenal. She is so good. We used her last night to decimate certain teams, GL teams. Like, good God in heaven. Like Jesus and baby Jesus. So, yeah. All right, keep your questions, comments, anything, any shoeies, let me know. Yes. Mr. Mike, let's go. Hopefully something better than Kairos if it's a relicate planet. Well, if it was Kairos, it'd be like, 50 a piece. I'll take that. I'm not extraordinarily greedy. I'm greedy, but not that greedy. I just don't have a high expectation for it to be something beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen anything with the other stuff that's made me go, oh, well, we're going to get that. They really try to be limiting with that because they're so terrified of screwing up the economy. So they don't want to give away too much stuff because then it affects their bottom line. Want you to spend. And spend you will. Covercast, just an observation. The gun gets replaced to GL in the pattern of one new GL per raid. That helps me make the 9-month raid pace make more sense. Yeah, I did. We noticed that last night too. It's like this is the first time that there's nothing associated with the GL on this stuff, which is nice. It's still a legendary character, and I think the reason for that is because that's why I still feel like the fall we're gonna get True Raven because they're doing all this Phantom Menace Episode 1 stuff. There's not a GL tied to that, although JMK probably will be a GL. Galactic Republic will be maybe part of that as the GL you'll need for that team. We'll see once we get more information on it. So yeah, it was interesting to see that this is the first time in a long time that some big event like this has not had a GL tied to it. But I don't think they could make that work, and you're not going to bring a GL this soon And I think they're going to still stick to that one GL a year cycle. And I think the next GL is going to have nothing to do with any of this stuff. And that's why I still think it's Revan Reborn. True Revan. So yeah. But yeah, the pacing of the raid makes sense. But I mean, as I said yesterday, completely flipped, because my goal for after Conquest, I was going to pop 9 on Darth Bane, and then I was taking 4 or 5 characters immediately to Relic 8, because I've just been hoarding signal data and everything else, right? That was my goal. And I was like, hey, let's pop to the next crate for the raid. And then I'm like, ew, I have Gungans and shit to work on now. So that completely flipped. But I mean, we're getting the one crate, which is more than plenty for me to get a lot of good stuff out of there. So I'm fine with that. Mom DeLorean. Who's the Mom DeLorean? New event of Ranger, I propose the Mandalorian bow may not be called Mommy Mandalorian or 2% bow. No. I call her, I mean, you can be a part of the 2%. You don't, you know. Mommy Mandalorian. I don't think we're going to call Desi Mommy Mandalorian. So let's just end that discussion. I hope it's not Revan Reborn, because I'm for sure going to well if it is. Oh, depressed Swamp, but trust me, I'll be with you there, brother. If it's Revan, I'm going all in. That's my favorite character. You can see him behind me in the background there. My former suit that I used to wear. So yeah. You bet your ass I'm going for that. Where is Satil? I'm all for prequels and culture. The rest I do not like or care for. I don't know. I mean, I've been saying I've given up on the Satil thing. I mean, I thought since we got Malgus and the Old Republic and stuff needed some love, that we were going to get a Satil character. That's not saying that this year in a Conquest character she won't be one of them. But with Queen Amidala of the Naboo. I don't know, Jesus. You know me, I'm an Old Republic junkie too, so I don't know. It's really interesting. I always thought it was going to be Satil. It just made sense logically with Malgus and what they did with the Sith Empire and things of that nature. Like, well, let's get somewhere left to the Old Republic. Nope. We're getting Revan, then we're getting Satil would probably be a big part. Possibly, but we'll see the Conquest going into this summer, right? So we know that Padme is going to be the next one. So that's May, June, July into the next GL as a Conquest character. So let's see if it's Satil right after that. It doesn't, because they had this pattern where there's dark side, dark side, dark side. They may start going light side, light side. So we'll see. No, that's not going to be a new name for her. She will always be Schnarf, Schnarf. Schnarf, Schnarf. Hey, Sue says maybe they need to push new raid characters before it kicks off. I will see. But yeah, they're always going to put that pressure of always keeping up and spending and stuff on there. That's the way they do it. Yeah, Desi already shut that down. Desi's not a Mandalorian. I'm a Mandalorian. Desi is a Night Sister. So if you're going to do anything for Desi, it's Night Sister related. And Schnarf Schnarf related. Right. So Night Sisters and Schnarf Schnarf. That's in Chile, but I mean, I don't know how you can combine all 3 of those. But yeah, she is not going to be Mommy Mandalorian. She is not a Mandalorian. She's a Night Sister. So respect that shit. All right, keep your questions, comments, anything like that. Any shoeies, go clink, help me with the new video card, blah blah blah. There you go. I got you, Desi Jingle, Schnarf Schnarf. Don't worry, Schnarf Schnarf. I'm keeping them in check. Night Sister Desi. Revan should have an anti-Mandalorian boost. Oh, for sure. I mean, he only genocided the hell out of them. I mean, you might think that he might be pretty good against them. Yeah. I was bringing that up to Boss last night. I said that, I mean, true Revan, I mean, he made the Mandalorians his bitch. He kicked the shit out of them so bad and he wiped out so many of them. They went from this great powerhouse to just being clans that just worked as mercenary bounty hunters. That's how many he destroyed. Revan was ruthless in return for what the Mandalorians' ruthlessness, because they were genociding whole civilizations at the time. I mean, it was brutal. So he was just as brutal back. It's like, okay, if that's the game you want to play. Unfortunately, he became a Sith, and then he turned that same thing toward the Republic, and then you guys all know the story. I've done the lore on Revan. Yep. Jedi Rules is saying hi to Desi Jingle Snarf Snarf. I think she recognizes you always. Jedi Rules, you don't always have to have her say hi. She sees you, brother. She knows you. She knows you're the Legoland master. Take comfort in that. She knows who you are, Lego man. That's good. So yes, get your questions coming in. We got a lot to discuss. Anything on your mind? Me, anything. Any questions, comments, anything you like? Whatever you want to talk about, folks. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Like a broken record, but you get views on YouTube. It's their algorithm. I just live by it. So yeah. All right. All right, everybody. Get your questions in. I'm an unbelievable. I took the test. I'm incredible with my knowledge. High IQ. It's IQ of 720. It's unbelievable. Highest IQ ever. Get your questions in about SWGOH. Let's go. Tremendous knowledge here. Come on, guys. If you don't ask a question, I can't give you a wonderful answer response. Yeah, get your questions in and stuff. Do you have any experience with Colin Beck Omicron? How has it been performing? I do not. I wish Karth was on here because he does. He does give it high praise in TW. It is a TW Omicron. Colin Beck is actually a really good character to use. I've used him on a Genet Reva team. I don't have the Omicron because it's TW Omicron. If I did have the extra Omicrons, I'd probably throw it on him because it's really nasty. But I don't care about TW as much as Bane and GAC and all that stuff that's coming up. So I'm saving all my Omicrons for that guy coming up. So yeah, Linky can verify it performs pretty well. Yeah, Karth sings its praises. But he can afford to have those kind of nice things. I, on the other hand, cannot. So I can only go with what I gotta be specific on what I focus in on, like a lot of you. So yeah. Only thing I caught from last night was Gungans and Padme. I'll have to go read the road ahead for the rest. Yes, you should do it. It's a lot of informative stuff in there. Desi Jingle Snarf Snarf. Big O, what's up? Says, who do you think are the other two characters from the new Padme? We don't know. We speculate about Captain Tanaka and there's all these other characters, and I have no idea. Maybe Obi-Wan Padawan is one of those characters. I don't know. I really don't know. There's quite a few from Phantom Menace that they could bring in, especially on the Nubian side. So yeah. We're talking, you want to use full Inquisitors to take them on. Oh, yeah, screwing around with that. Cobra Cat says Captain Panaka, definitely yes. Hey, Sue says, question, I have Reva. Nice. I do not have Inquisitor. She needs 700 Karos. I am at 4 million, so it takes time for me to get those. Should I build her to use with Empire? Oh, yeah. I'm about Ufu, but she's great with, Empire. She's such a good tank because she just is. So, yeah, Reva's solid. I mean, I use her on... Besides Inquisitor team itself, you see in 5v5 especially Lord Vader with Reva because she's just a nasty ass, pain in the ass, goddamn tank to take down. She's very beefy, and you have to kill her 3 times. She's always got the goddamn taunt or mark on her. She's really nasty, man. Yeah, she's really good. Even if you don't have Inquisitor, having Reva up with an Empire team, it doesn't really matter which one it is. It's just she's such a bloody good tank for them. Reva's nasty. Red Devil Sweven says, question, with the new raid coming, should I be looking at getting JMK and working on the new Republic Jedi that are lacking gear? JMK, yes. I don't know about the other ones yet because we don't have enough information for me to say, yes, go do that, Red Devil Sweven. Just work on GR, the characters you need, which will give you a lot for the new raid, I'm hoping, with JMK. Just focus on JMK. We'll change that opinion once we get more information. So I think you stay on your path toward GL. Linky, they mentioned a 2GR thing to come with that Medalla that will most likely be Panaka in a ship. Could be a ship. I don't know. You know, I mean, that's totally on the board. The ship they're linking, the Queen's, ship, from episode 1, totally could be seeing that come in. And so, yeah. Carl, what's going on? It's this question. I'm farming TIE Defender. Very nice. To beef up Imperial Fleet, you should. But my item's still only 5 stars. Is TIE Defender really so important that I should finish farming item for the fleet? Yes. TIE Defender is one of the best ships they've created in a long time. That shit is amazing. When you're kicking and when you're beating Leviathans with a Thrawn fleet, I mean, I don't know if you see me use it in JC repetitively, Carl. It is an absolute monster of a ship. That is a game-changing ship. And then Iden's solid. She can do a lot of good stuff, but right now with her, and when she has certain datacrons, of course she's really good. This latest datacron with Empire buff to off it, she's nasty. But yes, absolutely you should work on TIE Defender. That is a unbelievably good ship. It completely flipped the script on both those Empire fleets. But I mean, a Thrawn fleet is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Even when the only time I've used it 6 times now against Leviathan, I lost 1. And that one I lost, it's just because of RNG. And it's not that I wiped out everything but the last ship, and it was a cleanup. I mean, the other times are successful. So it's really good. It's not a high success rate to say like certain other counters, but it's still really nice to have that fleet doing that kind of work against the meta fleet. I mean, yeah, TIE Defender, yeah, best ship of 2023, yeah. For me, it is. And if you want to make the case for Marauder, which really flipped Galactic Republic on its head, sure. But I mean, GR was solid already. Marauder just made it a lot better, and you can do some stuff with that. But Defender, it's just so good, man. God almighty. It stuns automatically, and then when you just start adding in the hits it can do, man, it's so gross, man. It dodges like mad. It's just a nasty shit, man. It's so bloody nasty. Speaking of nasty, look who's joined us. It's Carthaginigus, the pardon me, pirate crew, the Whaling Cannoneer. Har, welcome to the stream there, me brother.
What's up, nerd?
What's up, Spaz? You big dork.
Not much.
You ready to start buying me packs for the guild? Apparently.
Maddie said that last night, and I'm like, you know what?
You tell him to lick your ass?
I told him that I'd see him under the desk, Monica.
That's right. All right, just a little bit more, and you can get that $29.99 pack there, Bubba.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Just a little bit more. Almost there, honey.
I tell you, I'm just about to swap that credit card.
All right. Let me just make a couple of calls here for you. All right. I got to move some money from my savings to my checking, and you're good to go, baby.
Oh, my goodness. I was floored that dropped Friday afternoon.
We all were. I literally was doing some other stuff and, getting ready to do the stream for the later on that night. Cause like, all right, I'll let, because me and Scribe have pretty much the same viewers. So I'm like, yeah, I was going to do stream with Scribe. And I'm like, well, Car's already doing that. So I'll just do the Heinzie part time. It's later for me, but I'm like, I'll just do that. Right. And then I get in there all of a sudden, just like, eh?
Well, and to be honest, though, it's like I'm really excited to see the level of clarity they're giving with to the road ahead, because it's not like, oh, we're doing Gungans, look to see who's coming. It's like, no, here are the Gungans you're getting. It leads into a legendary Jar Jar event. You're going to get Queen Amidala. She's going to have 2 marquees with her. So basically, we know what's going to happen between now and July.
Yeah,
which is good, because I've said from the get-go, I didn't mind if Gungans came to the game, but I wanted them to be a complete faction.
And they did.
Don't give me just Jar Jar. Give me and they did exactly that. And I'm curious to see. I really want Boss Nass to be the lead, so I'm curious to see how they treat Jar Jar in that mix, because Jar Jar is not really a leader and shouldn't be. So I'm interested to see how he'll play, and then what he does, because he's got to be TW I know they didn't. I don't know if they've mentioned it in the thing, but with Queen Amidala being GAC for sure, I can't imagine they would do back to back big characters like that as both GAC.
Yeah, I was. I mean, my issue with the road ahead is nothing to do with the all the new, Phantom Menace stuff is fine. I was not the biggest Gungan Jar Jar fan, but you know what? I get it, and I'm excited for all the fans that that really does matter. Calvin's shitting and pissing and shitting,
losing his mind.
He's losing his mind right now, right? And I'm happy for him that he's getting it, because we all have our factions and our characters that we love. But I mean, I was just saying this today, Karth, like, sorry, Karth, the Andor raid's done for me. I'm going to start hoarding the shit out of Relegate for this new raid coming up, because I know it's going to be coming down the pipe, Karth. If it's coming in May,
we've got roughly 5 months until it would drop.
Well, they could drop it in May, because they could drop it early.
No.
You don't think so?
They said in the post they're forecasting for summertime, which summertime is June through
summertime.
But they did say that Queen Amidala would be a part of the raid. And so the question is if she's going to be launching after Bane finishes, which will be March's first conquest, she wouldn't be in the game until the end of May. So like the earliest we could see is probably a June release. Of the new raid, but realistically, the end of June is going to be the time frame in which Jar Jar shows up for the first time.
Yeah,
and so for me, I'm looking at that going like, I can't imagine them having a raid dependent on a legendary character that doesn't show back frequently. So Jar Jar might get the same treatment as Bo-Katan and show back once a month. So that
my
people
computer
can get
just
access.
locked up. That's not good. Well, we can keep streaming, but I gotta reset my computer now. PC just went froze. I'm like, uh-oh. But we'll still keep streaming. I just can't see the chat right now because I'm rebooting. So if anyone's asking questions right now, I can't see it. So sorry.
We're sorry. I gotta switch always to live chat. It's so weird that they start it with top chat. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
no, I don't want
top
that.
chat, funding, all that stuff is in YouTube now. So.
But yeah, I mean, it's a little disappointing because it's like we were just trying to push for that 665 box. And I think we're still going to try to aim for it. But
I can't do it, man. It's like because
it's a lot of reasons. Yeah,
because my plan was
the way you want to do it.
Yeah, because it's like I'll take the characters for like 5. I'll get 11, 12 million, but I'm sorry, man, I can't. I know what's gonna, because every time we get through this, I what I do? I stop as soon as that's announced. I've stopped and said, okay. If I'm going to be ready for the new raid, it's like, okay.
Someone's doxing themselves. There it is.
There we go. Stark Gamer has joined us. Hello, Stark Gamer.
Yeah, I just doxed myself. What's up, man?
How dare you, sir? How dare you, Duckers?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, brother? We are doing the thing, man. We're living the dream.
Awesome.
I saw that, Mr. Bone. I came back, you son of a bitch. You can only do a dad joke if you donate for the video card fund. Damn it. Saturday. Get that shit out of here. Oh my God. But yeah, I mean the characters, everything's fine. It's just I have to pivot. I'm taking Bane to 9, and my plan was to take like I think 5 characters, the last ones I needed to really get past that 13 million mark to Relic 8. But I'm like, no.
I mean, if you can get up into the 12s, it's gonna be fine. It's.
I mean, I'm 10 something right now. I'll take a bunch of the Relic 5, and then whatever I get, man. Because I'm just like, that's God damn it, CG. I need a little more time.
12? What's the?
Oh, we're trying to get to the 665 crate, and
that needs an average of 13.5
in the raid
million. Yeah, in the raid.
Got it.
Yeah,
but it's now to the point where it's like if we don't hit it within the next 30 days, the ROI starts to fall off pretty fast.
Yeah,
so
and I'm just like, that's a lot of Relic 8s and stuff to get everybody at that level. I mean, I could do it, but then the next raid I'm going to be.
That would be what would happen.
I can't, man.
You would have to remod. You would have to, not push auto. But yeah, I get you. I got 100% get you, man. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you can do it without pushing auto? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to
I
remod
just-
to do some other things. I'm just like, no.
I just stare at the buttons at the bottom of the screen and press the one that's give us evasion.
Mhm.
And then when I get to like 80% enrage, I then start to like time it so that I can kill a final wave before they go to enrage. And then that usually lands me like in the 2.4 million area. But I do remod for everything. But I mean, it still only takes me like half an hour to do the raid. So
It's fine.
whatever.
I mean, if I have to, I'll have to. You know me, I always.
That's what
take it on the
Hockey
chin for
Kills
the-
is for.
Fuck that.
Fuck my mods up.
Fuck
And
that.
I'm not
have it put
remodding.
it back.
I'm not remodding, man. I've got lay
But that-
and stuff, man. I've worked too hard on my modding to have to remod.
Come on.
No,
I did
man.
some relics that like
If
coincide,
you know,
but-
Carth, were right there, and you guys came to me and said, Ranger, we need you to take one for the team. I always take one for the team. You know, I don't argue with you guys on that, but if we're not close, man, I'm just gonna be like 12 million.
No,
Enjoy.
yeah, we got to see what's happening because we had a few people in this last raid that were severely under the 9.
Yeah, yeah.
And we only had one person who was like, "Yeah, I'm out on vacation and I have no way to play." It was like, "All right, well, that's fair."
Yeah.
Mr. Bone says, "Vive la porte, vive la France."
Nice. Yeah, I don't have a problem. Like I've done some territory battle stuff. Like not many people have a Relic 7 Cup or a Relic 7 Krennic. You know, clearly those were not my roster decisions being made.
Hey, I've got Hoth.
But
I have a Relic 8 Hoth Rebel soldier. Suck my ass.
I've got both of those at Relic 8. What are
Yeah, I
what are
know.
you slacking on?
Nice.
I know,
I'm
right?
working
Yeah.
on SRP to Relic 8. which
Well, when
are-
you buy everything, Carth, these things happen, you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
these were not my relic decisions. Someone had to fill the void, and I already had them at R5, so it was easier for me to just take the characters up than it was for people to be
Right.
like, you know, I could afford it, so whatever.
I think I
But
also
yeah.
have like a Relic 6 or 7 I'm a Gun Die, which is like
There you
I'm gonna waste relic material. Like I'm
Hey,
gonna
I've
waste
got
my
a
bronze
I've got a
environment.
Relic 8 Night Sister Initiate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
God
she
damn.
she hasn't done a thing for me since the Datacron left.
Didn't
I
she
know,
have
that's-
a Datacron or was that Acolyte?
No.
One of them.
No, it was
No.
it was Initiate. She got
Yeah.
the infinite turn
Yeah,
meter.
she was
Just,
like the bomb for like all the Datacron dust, and then
I
she's
see
like,
Akaya, the lovely Kaya's in the chat. She's got a
Yeah.
lot of
Well,
questions and stuff. We'll get to it here in a second.
The Biggs cron right now is basically the equivalent. If you can get your Kyle Katarn fast enough,
yeah,
and outrun a GL,
Which ain't hard. It ain't hard, folks.
It's not hard for him. No, it's not hard for him.
He'll-
Or at least to move second with a GL, as long as you can gain turn meter versus that GL.
Yeah.
So basically, you that cuts out JMK and Lord Vader. You will just auto them to death.
All right, let's get to some questions here. The lovely Kaya's got some good observations and questions in the chat, and everybody else, keep them coming. And make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question, comment, or statement. Yeah, Stark, you can turn your camera on if you want to, buddy. So.
all right.
I would need
I already
to
gave
get
my
more
name out. I
clothes.
was trying to make
I
sure.
know.
get my
Well, I
credit-
know. Yeah, we don't want to
card
get.
number up there,
Yeah,
too.
that makes sense. Kai says, "Do you guys think that we will get gifted packs from the new pack gifting system? Probably if I help guildmates with new raid or new planet for TB, so that might be cool. I won't ask for it, of course, but guildmates have tried to offer me like $10 or so for helping, and I was like, it's fine, no need, but I won't turn down a pack. Don't ask me
I
this.
feel like that was weird. Like what?
It's not. Listen. This is my problem with it. And I'll let you guys comment on it. They try to blow smoke up our ass on this one. Like they said, well, we're listening to what was said in the survey, and then we came up with this. Like that is not what the community asked for. All right, we
Who
wanted to
said
be able
that
to
in
get,
the survey. Put your hand up.
Yeah,
You said that in the
okay.
survey.
Yeah, own that shit because you're lying. Because like yes, we want to spend more money in the game. There could be a few people out there that were like that, but it's like no, we wanted to be able to give other stuff to the guildies, like whether shards or the other gear that we can't give out right now and some other things.
Right.
But this pack thing, man, because someone asked me like, "Hey Ranger, if Karth got you a pack," I'm like, "No, I need a new video card. I don't want him spending money on me on that goddamn game." He's going
Right.
to because Karth likes to fuck with me, but that's a different story,
That's like the equivalent, I think, is like say that we're in Vegas, just a hypothetical general statement. Like if we're in Vegas and I need like $3 to go get a Big Mac, and the casino's like, hey, you can put $500 on the baccarat table And if you win, then your buddy gets a Big Mac. Like, I mean, I don't want to put money through their pack system. If someone's one Omicron short of something that they need for a territory war, like, yeah, maybe I would send them one Omicron to let them Omicron Droideka or something. But like, I'm not the hell I'm going to buy a $19 pack. Like, I just don't understand it.
I don't understand it either. Karth, you're the whale. I mean,
I mean,
that's ludicrous, man.
I don't really understand what. Oh wow, that's really close.
Oh, yeah, zoom out, you son of a bitch.
Nice.
Autofocus properly, you son of a. No, I don't really care for it, but I mean, I don't. It doesn't. It's a feature that I don't think we really needed, but it doesn't really impact me at all. Yeah. So it's like I don't really care. The one thing I do find it interesting though is that it restricts it specifically to guild. So you can't.
Yeah, you can't just
buy somebody who's not in your guild anything.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that they did that. I mean, I kind of get it because then it limits somebody the people trying to get into somebody's account and then use the in-game store with their in-game information to purchase stuff. And I get that part of it, but it's just a feature we really don't need to solve a problem we really didn't have.
Right.
That we didn't ask for. Don't try to tell me that was in the survey. That was the big thing you took away from that. I know a lot of what people put in that survey, and that was not it.
My friends can't wail enough for me.
Kurt's not buying me enough shit. I need him to buy me more crap. You know, it's like God Almighty, right? Man. God Almighty. Nathan H. question: which shits would you like to see from prequel trilogy in the game? Well, I still think we're on this trend because we were asked earlier about what ships we're going to get. I still think it's going to be Trench's ship, but I still think they could round out the GR fleet with like Queen's Starfighter or Queen's ship.
Yeah, give me the silver hotness.
Yeah, baby. I think that's in Nubian Starfighter could come in as well. I think that's on the board. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be episode 1 related stuff, but I also think that they're going to try to round out if they do that, if they bring in a separatist fleet, which I think they are, they're going to bring in like the Tri-Fighter and things of that nature for the separatists.
They're going to have to expand into the Clone Wars series and the episode 3 and 2 and 3 kind of stuff. They're going to have to expand into that to push out a proper, fleet. So I mean, which is fine. I'm like, as long as it's separatist themed, I'm okay with it because I don't really want Newt Gunray to get a capital ship, though I would love to have the what are the Lucre Hulks.
Yeah,
those would be really cool to have in the game, don't get me wrong. I just would really hate to see him being the capital ship for the next separatist fleet over Admiral Trench.
Yeah, it's got to be Trench, hopefully. I mean, he's trash in every other game mode. So,
well, with Bane coming out, you're going to be finally able to put him, Watt with him, and that's going to change the dynamic of that fair.
Team. Yeah, if we free up Watt,
once Watt's free, I think Trench is going to have a big bump in viability. It's just it's the thing that they've done with a lot of the TW teams. For the TW teams to work outside the game mode, you have to have a good mod commitment to them.
Yeah.
You can't just half-ass it. You have to have 6-dot mods. You got to on a lot of the characters. You got to have good amounts of speed. You have to have the right sets in play. Yeah, it's just a lot of like nitpicky stuff you got to force into it, which is more challenging. But once you get the Watt back in the team, then you start getting those speed bonuses back because you get the tech. The tech gives 10% speed for every tech that's in play.
Yeah.
So they start getting stupid quick, and then it's fine. But you gotta get like Count Dooku has got to be just ungodly fast because you got to get the stealth up before most teams can move. So that it limits the ability for them to be countered by teams that don't have a bonus turn like Afro or CLS. But it's still a different kettle of fish at that point. So because I used to run it back when there was less teams that needed those mods.
Yeah.
But now it's just like Trench is a great little cleanup if I have it, but I mean, Watt goes to work with so many places. And I think the thing that's kind of sad though, unless they give us something for Slacker to kind of bolster up the First Order on the same front, then I think Watt's still going to have a tug of war between Trench and
Right.
That's okay.
I've been doing pretty good with armor with Slicker. Armored Slicker GBA does.
Yeah, against GL Ray
Leia.
and threes and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah, it really is good.
But again, like you said, Karthik, I mean, we still need a lifter, defense, protection, health booster type character for SLKR too. If you free both of those up, then suddenly Armor and Watt go to their actual like tag squads, which suddenly, those squads suddenly get a lot better because they actually have those characters there helping.
Yeah, the only reason I think at this point why OG Bo is better than Armor in the team is because of the additional scoundrel tag.
Yeah.
Like you can argue the protection part of it, that's fine. I don't think it's going to make a big difference on most of the teams.
Yeah.
At chief counters, more than having like a second mass assist. But the that second scoundrel tag, man, it gives you another chance to cleanse. It gives you another chance to put DI out there. The AI has kind of got this hard on for the weakest characters. They'll just sit there and wail on a damage immune bow. And you're just like, well, thanks. I'm gonna kill you all now.
Just like they wail on Jin, like, okay, awesome.
Yeah. They'll just sit there forever wailing on Jin, and then you get a little unlucky RNG and they one tap Adrad, and you're like, no, but
Damn it. Next question from Kai. Do you guys think any other quality of life stuff is coming? Nope. Not till
I think
this year, yes, but not until summer.
I think they'll come with the bonus planet, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, someone's asking what we're going to think. Same thing with Zepho. I don't really see anything major coming with that new zone in TV. I don't. As I said, they're very hesitant when it comes to the economy in this game. So
no, that's for sure. I was talking with Scribe about that last night.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, the only thing I like as someone who's worked in tech is like, if the only possible value I see in this pack edition is like, if they're doing that to test out like intra guild viability connectivity type thing, maybe it's a way to get us closer to like a as needed, 50 crystals for a GAC run against your guildmate. That would I just don't understand why there's not a way to like create a player-to-player GAC option.
Been asking for a long.
I know, it would be so awesome.
Nathan H. question: you can't handle the truth. Who's going to stand the line? You, Lieutenant? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? Oh Lord, I love that movie. What else? 93 question.
You want me on that wall?
You need me on that wall. What else? 93 question. What's the point of even having a defense in GFC if so many players just do the full offense option to save their GLs and meta teams to attack with? I don't know. I mean, I didn't run into it last night. We had 4 GLs and Bow on defense in the southern wall. I was like, wee! I was like, here we go. I one-shot it, but it's like, I still think for me personally, having a few GLs and certain teams on defense is, and I look after that first week of when the new Datacron comes out and the new teams are out, I think DTMG has been a problem for people. Bo can be a problem if she's on defense. I just love she slaughters Lord Vader. It's so much fun to do, and I enjoy it immensely. My philosophy is if you want to be efficient, fine, but I'm still going to put a lot of stuff on certain teams to force you to use certain teams, because these in 3v3 unlike 5v5, there are certain counters you can only use on those teams.
Right.
You can try other stuff, but the success rate, if you look in SWGOH.gg, goes down tremendously. There's a few teams at top, and then you go through and you look at it and you're like, ooh, so for me, it's like, if you want to go efficient, go for it. It's just still going to be you're still going to have to make some tough choices because I'm putting all that other stuff on defense. But yeah, I've noticed that too. Well, 3v3 is hard to judge because a lot of people don't give a shit about 3v3. I see it all the time. I always have a much higher winning record in 3v3 than I do 5v5. Usually 5v5 I'm 5-4 or 6-3. 3v3 I'm on pace to go 7-2. In the first 2 rounds I didn't really do because I was in MegaCon. That tells you like what you're seeing with 3v3. So but I'm noticing that, especially in 3, it's like, I hate this mode. I'm just gonna go full offense, have fun. I just want to clear and be done with it if I'm going to do it. Now, Karth, you're in a different spot because you're like, you're in the tip of the spear fight.
Yeah, I mean, the thing of it is, though, right now is that I think for a lot of players, there's more incentive to full clear than there is to get defensive holds. So they spend a lot more time playing the offensive game because they rather have it come down to efficiency than have it come down to they overcommitted on defense and they can't do anything. And the thing is, though, right now is the way the game works right now is that the only way a heavy defense plays out is if your opponent also goes heavy defense.
Right.
Otherwise, if you go heavy defense and they go heavy offense, they win more than often than not.
Right.
Because they're going to be able to just deal with your entire board. It may get ugly, but you're going to stall out before they'll still full clear you because you're not going to have the counter depth to get through their one or two challenging teams because you set an FU defense with HELs. But then if you both play heavy offense, then it comes down to efficiency matches, which a lot of players, it's just not, they don't want to risk undermanning a team, or they don't want to play the game of nitpicky banners. They're a lot of players are just in the mindset of one tap first shot is great. Who cares if it's a 50? It's like, yeah, but you have 15 of those and you've dropped a lot of banners on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And so that becomes the questions. You got to start getting really nitpicky about your counters and being efficient and trying to underman where you can to recover a banner or two here and there. It's like it just becomes this never ending cycle of getting really into it. And so, I mean, for me, it's just play however you want to play. And for me, I enjoy having a more offensive oriented game just because it means I can clear. It's like, so even if I lose, I still, was able to play the entire game. I wasn't stalled out on the front wall by Leia. So, that's where I come at it.
I'm very strategic. There's certain teams I put down because I'm trying to force my opponents to use certain counters, but it's like for offense, I'm like, I could put Bo in defense, but it's like, hey, if they put Lord Vader down, win. I know that's a solid win. And if they don't put Lord Vader down, now I have Bo I can use in other places, right? There's certain teams like I'm keeping Jabba for offense. It just makes sense to me. Other GL, Luke and JMK and stuff, it's like, yeah, I'm keeping that stuff for offense. But I am putting GLs and tough teams down. It's just like, okay, what are the other teams I can put down? So DMTG, Seer, the Seer team, those teams are really rough to deal with. So it's like, okay, I've got enough for offense that I can clear, the tough teams and do the other stuff. I've got the Crons, with Afra and other things. It gives me some options. But yeah, I have noticed that very much. All right, let's get to some more questions here.
Can I just add one quick thing?
Yeah, go for it, sir. Yeah, absolutely.
So recently, it seems like I've been climbing back into Kyber 1, and recently, kind of at the lower edge of Kyber 1, I was up against an opponent who didn't have Ray, they didn't have Bow, and they didn't have Churret, even at Relic. So in that one instance, I did go heavier defense, kind of like Karthik was saying, to stretch their roster, because I was like, I'm making you guys, deal with these squads. I have more that I can push through. I trust I can clear. But other than that, yeah.
It is what it is. All right, what's the next question? Depress Swamp, a question. Karth, are you buying Ranger any Gungan packs? Oh, for Christ's sakes.
No.
Please, no. He would if I was right there and I was near the legendary, Karth would do some crazy shit like that, but I have a new video card. I don't want him doing that, and he knows
there are so many marquees dropping that it's just like it's going to be hard for people to keep up, because if they're going to do a brand new faction like the Gungans as a brand new faction, it's going to be required in the raid. It's a brand new faction that everyone has to follow. It's almost the part where I'm looking at CG going like, you better put some breathing room between Jar Jar's release and the raid launching, because you're going to need players to have some time free to play farming this thing before the raid goes live. Otherwise, you're just literally going to sit there and go, well, congrats on Tama for finishing first in the raid. The rest of you, good luck trying.
Kick rocks.
Because, yeah, you're not going to get there. And I'm like, yay, this is exactly what we asked for.
Yeah. And like these other, the other raids, they have done, I thought, a pretty good job of using characters that most of us that have been playing the game for a while already have, like at Relics. Like OG Lando, I don't use him anywhere, but like, yeah, he's at Relic 3 or whatever he's at for the requirement. And forcing these news, yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Linky question: couldn't they add two separatist GL ships at the same time, transfer offense and new for a defense? No, because that would require a lot of new ships. The problem that we have in fleets right now is that we don't have enough of the teams even filled out. You know,
Right.
Akbar is incomplete. You know, I mean, and if they're going to add a new capital ship, then you need at least 5 new ships that can interchange with the other separatist fleet to make sure that both those fleets are viable and up and running. You know, so I don't see them adding another capital, not at the same time. I mean, they're on this thing where it's one meta fleet and one GL a year, right? Because in the past,
Well, yeah, because anything else is it's too
much
for the player base. They can't pivot fast enough, and so they just quit engaging. So you've got to get it close enough to where they can reach out and get it, but far enough away where they have to start looking at, well, if I buy a vault, I'll get there in a month faster.
Yeah.
Like I can spare the $100 or for this. They got to play a delicate balance with that, because when they were doing 2 GLs, at a time, everyone just picked the one they wanted, and then they would circle back to the other one eventually. Because that was the way to play it. And so it's like, yeah, all right, I get you. It is what it is. But they honestly they had to slow it down, because like the advantage with the ship GLs is that the ships are just shard requirements, which are fairly easy to get around nowadays. The Relic 9s is what's locking people up on things like Leviathan and Profundity, because they're, for a lot of peak players, if you're not in a guild that wins more often than you lose in TW, it's hard to have a good stash of those laying around.
Question for you, Karth from Linky. Since Karth is here, he can answer the Kellerbeck Omni question. How good is it in TW? I said
fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I told him you would say.
Outside of a GL, that team is a absolute menace. And even with using a GL, yeah, they don't get parts of the kit, but they still get all that offense. It still shreds GLs through the floor. I mean, it's like I went in with Slacker last TW against a Keller and Beck, and I lost 3 people. Wow. Basically, it was just crew and Slacker left alive, because the mass assist out the rip killed Sith Trooper. Wow. The Cam just one-tapped Hux. It's like, oh, 400k. Cool. All right. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So, I mean, it was just because of Slacker's sheer damage that he was able to then just basically one-tap the board, because they don't have that defensive self-revive, and then they can't lose protection until Keller and Beck loses his protection. Or can't lose health until Keller Beck loses his protection. But yeah, it is a nasty team. I think it gives Mace a good home for TW, as well as just in general, because he's actually able to gain Term Meter under that team. And then it still gives you a place to put your heavily Relic Jedi Knight Anakins and Cams, and then you just get to pick a 5th of whatever you would like to do. For that team, a lot of people do Barris because of the crits and recovering the health. I've seen a lot of people do Shock T, because she's very fast and she can get that offense up. So you give them you give them a ton of bullshit, and then you give them offense up. It makes it really nutty. Right. And she's got some heals and stuff in there too. So yeah, it's a fun team in TW. I can't recommend the Ami enough for that purpose, because
I'd love to put it on, but I got this thing called Darth Bane coming. I just
I know, right? Yeah.
I'm with you on that front too. I understand that, but the reality of it is, when it comes to Keller and Beck, it's one of the few Amis that CG's developed for TW, where even if one player puts it down, it causes a problem, because you can't just go at it with a non-GL team and expect victory. There's very few non-GL counters to it in TW right now. Wow. So it's like they got to burn a GL on it, which that's a win, no matter how you want to call it. Like, most guilds don't have the roster depth to deal with that team without using a GL. So if you could put a full wall of Keller and Becks in the front with the Amis, I mean, they're gonna go, okay, well, you Slacker, and then behind that you put Lord Vader.
and like, oh, son of a bitch,
you bastards, you
So
bastards.
it's just going to be things like that where it's going to be interesting interplaying mechanics.
All right, Nathan H. question: what would you do to improve fleet combat? It's just RNG, man. So the thing about fleet combat that drives me crazy is like I always go in the same. We've got the counters. The counters are what they are. It comes down to RNG, right? It's what it is. The RNG is out of control. It's like, after the first one or two moves, how well your run's going to go, right? Whether it's like Profundity versus triple offense on Executor, or Empire versus Leviathan. Even Leviathan mirror matches is a coin flip, right? Who goes first, and then how is it going to play out, right? I mean, the only one that's a guaranteed is Leviathan versus Profundity, because you hit the same buttons all the time. It goes the same exact order and it doesn't change. But the other counters, it's a crapshoot, man. I think that's the biggest thing, because we're all pretty much at that level. We're even. But when RNG comes in, like when you go Profundity versus Executor, and then it's like dodge, miss, nothing. Uh-oh.
Would you like to assist? No, thank you. I'm good. Thank you, sir.
No, I didn't really
you take
want
this
to.
one.
I'd like to see them drop the other reinforcements. I mean, honestly, the third and fourth reinforcement, like with Leviathan, I never get, if I'm fighting Leviathan with Chimera,
I never go past 5,
the third or fourth reinforcement.
It's only when the fights get super drawn out and you're fighting back and forth with those extra slots help.
Right.
But you're right. The majority of the time, the fight is over by the second reinforce. And they kind of pushed all their fleet metas that direction.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, you look at hell, the Resistance versus the Malevolence. The Resistance, literally, if you can get to the comeuppance reinforcing, the fight's over.
Right.
You will just annihilate the Malevolence fleet at that point because of all the exposed damage that you're doing to them. And so it's like, all right, well, that's cool. I wish you could punch up a little higher than the Malevolence, but whatever. It is what it is. But that's the problem with fleet is they've created a meta where too much of the counters require RNG to be successful. Because like with the TIE fighter, with the Chimera counter to the Leviathan, right? It works almost versus every lineup, unless you get hit with concussion missiles. You don't resist them, or mines, or whatever they're called.
The mines, yeah.
And so, a character that has no protection, aka, your good boy TIE fighter, like on his next turn, he's gonna grant turn meter. So if you don't get the crit when you hit Sith fighter, you're now playing on the back foot of the fight, because you're going to grant a 25% turn meter to at least the capital ship when it goes. So it's this back and forth game of like, okay, does this happen? No. All right, I stand a better chance at winning. Does that happen? Yes. All right. Well, I'm going to be SOL here pretty quick if I don't kill something. So it's just this back and forth with a lot of those fights where it's just there's too RNG dependent. They honestly need to fix how the Hound's Falcon assists, because
bad.
They need a way to increase, because the problem is that the way the assist comes, because you have a 50% chance to assist from Hound out the rip, and you got a 20% chance added to that from the Malevolence, but it's not a 70% chance to assist. It's a 50% chance to assist, and then a 20% chance to assist after that. So it's like it's a 1 out of 2 and 1 out of 5,
4, or 1 out of 5.
Yeah. So it's like there's not like, oh well, 70% I should assist most of the time. It's like, well, no, it's like, honestly, they should just add, if the enemy is target locked, guarantee the Falcon assist,
right?
Or whatever. But I get why they don't want to do that, but it's so frustrating to watch the Profundity lose to the Executor, because you didn't get any assists on your opening.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. You played it right, and you lost. It's like Empire versus like Leviathan. I said Leviathan versus anything is besides the mirror match is pretty much the only guarantee you have, because it just dominates. But outside of that, man, it's a crapshoot with any of this. All right, Kaya says, question: are you disappointed there isn't much mid-game player or much for mid-game players or early game players in the road ahead? No, I think you got to look at it like the stuff they're doing, which is a lot for early and mid tier players is a lot. The light speed bundles, all the stuff that they've done, the things that are out there. This is end game content for them to shoot for. I think what they're doing for mid tier and early game players is giving them better options to get to the end game faster. This is the end game stuff, but we're going to do this on top of that in the background with the packs and other things that they're doing. You know, the expedited farming and all that stuff that they're doing for people to get there sooner rather than later, right? I've done so many roster reviews where it's like, all right, Ray and SLKR, no ultimate. I can see you just got the pack. Okay, cool. It's like, so it's more about a catch up now with a lot of these guys getting their characters ready to do end game stuff. But I think the stuff they're doing for early and mid tier players is fine because it's leading them toward this latest stuff, which is for all the rest of us that are there. They'll catch up, and that's what they're doing. Karth, Stark, what do you guys think?
I think CG's answer would be, we're going to let the whale send you a pack.
There you go. That's right. Yeah.
How dare you be so right?
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
we need more money, buddy.
I mean, like I was talking about this last night. It's CG's 100% mantra. We're going to create a problem, and then we're going to sell you a solution.
That's what they do.
So it's like you get the light speed bundles out there. They're great. The value is insane. But now what's your problem? Well, look at you. You have no mod depth for these GLs. You've got no Zetas for these GLs. You don't have the conquest characters for these GLs. Wouldn't it be really cool if we had packs for sale that solve some of these problems? Oh,
need my money, buddy.
There's Zeta bundles.
Fantastic.
There's if you buy that Conquest Pass Plus, now you get 2 attempts at getting your Conquest characters faster. Right. Oh, hey, look, there's all these other things. All these mod packs that show up every week.
Exactly.
It's like it's a lot of the stuff that they do, and it's a shrewd business practice, and it's part of the game. Right. And that if you want to catch up, it's what you're going to have to kind of do to a degree, or get into a bigger guild than you're really suited for, so you can get the rewards to kind of compensate. But yeah, it's what they do best.
Bar, right? Here's all the salty pretzels and peanuts you want. Oh, did you want a beer to go with that?
Yeah.
Right.
The AC is not working here. Would you like a cold beer?
It's $25.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Would you like to enjoy some refreshments? Oh man, look at that. It costs more money.
Yeah. We need my money, buddy. Dark Side, hello, my friend, says hello there. Hello there. Lost my GC because my Leia counter failed. That's it. That happened. Boss says no, Karth will be buying Scribe those goddamn packs. No, he won't. Rakaran, welcome, says last night was the most extreme fishing battle I've ever been in. Very good opponent with 14 million, kept all 8 GLs and scored 2082. And I eked out a 2085. That's a fight I would not want to be a part of. Congratulations, but that's ridiculous. Oh my god. What else? Any 3 question? Do the newer raids just seem like phases of one bigger raid? Crate, phase 1, Endor, phase 2, Naboo, phase 3. Yeah, actually it kind of does. Kind of does feel that way.
I mean, they have they've pivoted to a much more rapid raid system, which I would like it to still be the 9 to 12 month life cycle, but I get why it isn't, because it doesn't take a lot for the high end guilds to cap it out. And so they get bored running it for, they max it out in the first 2 to 3 months it's live. And then they got, another 6 to 9 months of just dealing with that. But I mean, we dealt with the Sith Triumvirate raid being the thing for 3 years. And we dealt with Challenge Pit being a thing for a year, which was hands down the worst raid I think they've ever pushed out to us. Right. At least the first iteration. The changes they made were necessary, but I mean that was a different kettle of fish. But yeah, it's just like there's just so many things where it's like, what are you doing? And stop it, please.
All right. Let's see here. Wolfell question: with the new Mandalorian TV zone announced, and with what looks like only about 3,000 new bows, does the EC have to be every month, and how much rage will there be if they stop and wait 6 months? Oh, a lot.
I mean, it makes sense as to why they keep pushing her, because they're gonna keep requiring her for things, which is fine. Like I would prefer, honestly, I would prefer them to make this the standard for legendary character releases.
Not Jedi and a Cal
forward.
standard. Let's get that out of the door. That shit's
Yeah, well, I mean, Jedi Cal is at the tail end of the 120 days, roughly at this point, which it means it's still close to the window. It's not outside the normal expectations for returning of legendary events, but it is starting to the point where it's like, hey, some of us would really like to have him.
Yeah. I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, how do we get Bo every month and you guys are still dragging your dingle dongs in the dirt on Cal? It's like, people ask me all the time, when's Cal coming back? I'm like, it's 90 to 120 days, unless they're pulling off of a new Grand Inquisitor thing. Let's hope that's not the case, so God almighty, that would be really bad. Just this release cadence has been really head scratching. Like, one character you can't get at all, which has got Zepho, which people are trying to do for TV. It's only coming back every 4 months. But then you're going to have a new event with Bo. And don't get me wrong, as I said, I'm a giant Bo fan. I am the 2%. But it's so weird. One's, and the other one's like.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Where
because I wasn't ready for Bo, so I'm kind of happy that they're doing the event every weekend, it seems like, but man, a weird cadence for sure.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I would prefer that to be the mantra moving forward.
I do
though.
too.
I like that because it plays out the same way GLs play out, right?
Yeah.
Or how they played out the last 2 GLs. The whales get about a season to themselves because the characters become farmable during that season.
Go for it.
So they get the advantage of it, but the event's permanently available, so it doesn't stop you from when you would normally have unlocked it, because you're gonna wait until it's farmable and then you're gonna farm it out. You're gonna get it in 6 months. So it's like, or 3 or whatever it ends up being for you. So it doesn't stop you from getting it when you would normally have unlocked it. Yeah. Where it's like the Bo event was so like just like, hey, whale or miss out. And we're like, no, I'll miss out because I'll have it done for free in the 3 months it takes it to get back here.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but little do you know, 1 month later, exactly, hey, she's back.
That's it, Karthik. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, well, I got 3 months to farm this up before it comes back.
So well, I know that was what happened with Scribe too, because he missed it on the first one because there was no feasible way for him to get the Keller and Beck shards without spending like $500. Right. And then refreshing the store constantly, like every day to try to get the extra few he needed.
Right.
So it didn't make sense for him to do it. And then but if he'd bought the weekly shipments like he was planning to, he would have been ready for the one in January with no problem. And then we're like, the one in January came out. He's just like, well, this is stupid. Like, I'm going to just be ready for it if it happens again.
Right.
And then it did. And so then he was ready for it. And so, but it's like, that's what they're kind of pushing you on. Because, I mean, we had basically on the first event, we had one character farmable, one character, 2 characters in shipments, which was the same as the farmable.
Yeah.
And then Kelleran was basically whale food. You had to have whaled on him to get him. And then by the time it came back the second time, we had 2 farmable, 3 in shipments. And then by the third time, then we had everyone farmable. But, it's still, for a lot of people, it's going to be a big ask to get there.
All right. Next question from Kai. Do you think Trench will come off the bench for the new raid? I could see. Well, I mean, they always do light side, dark side characters. So, I mean, Trench is absolutely.
They said Separatists are going to be part of it. So yes. I wouldn't be surprised, especially if he's going to be used somewhere else.
Boss, question: is everyone ready for GR Stunkron to come back with the Gungans and Queen Amidala?
I mean, I don't want to say yes, but I have been missing some faction love for my large branded factions. I really sad that we don't have some more faction love for broad factions like GR and Rebels in general, because I just feel like we're getting so nitpicky on the faction tags that it's like,
yeah,
hey, we're doing Phoenix. I'm like, cool, that's 1 Datacron. It's like they just do stuff like that where it's just like, okay, well, you either need to give the level 9 some more play, or you need to give the level 6 some more play. So it's like,
That's
widen your faction tags a little bit, please.
all right. Keep your questions coming in. We'll go for a little bit while longer here with these awesome pin lists and myself. And if you have a question you want to pose to us, make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question, comment, or statement that you want us to respond to. Also hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to see me do a shoey, blah, blah, blah. There you go. Let's see here. Next question. Kimmy, what's going on? It says question statement, Gungans incoming. Calvin Austin must be thrilled, but where's the Jedi Caliphate? What happens all the wrong? Yes, Cal. He totally just creamed his jorts. Unbelievable. So we know that happened. Jedi Cal, man, again, I said it was going to be maybe this week. It didn't happen, but the latest would be next week, right? And if not, then we start losing our minds because that's past the 4-month window. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah, if he's not
all right, come on now.
I would be a little perturbed by that because it just seems so stupid that they would push it out that far.
We're going to be very angry. We're going to write a letter to CG saying how angry we are with them. That'll be it.
Yeah, because that'll solve problems.
That's right. Gungans are incoming there. Martin McAllister with a hello there. Well, I got to do it. Hello there. Another happy landing. Duncan says, question, new player here. Should I put the Zeta on GMY lead? Thank you.
No.
I still don't.
There was a brief point in the meta when he first came out where it would have been cool. And then Dassler came out and she was a better lead than him anyways. And then there was another brief point, I think with set 2 of Datacrons, where they let GMY lead basically be effective. I think they just added a block of text to the leadership that made it really stupid good. And then when that fell away, it was trash. So
don't do it.
It's a very underutilized lead. There might be a certain point in time, but unless we get more GR Jedi that get like they need to throw Omicrons around on some of these older GR Jedi characters that we can start building out new teams from. But otherwise, there's not enough power left in the remaining GR Jedi to split the team again. And GMY in general is needed for a lot of the teams to be functional. You know, you need to have him either with Jedi Knight Revan or with Jedi Master Luke, or he's got just so many high value positions to hold that he's not the leader of. So until that changes, I would say no.
Oh, Michael W. Huntington III from His Majesty's Secret Gaming Services showing us in the chat. Oh, good old boy. Top couple of day to you, Michael Huntington. Martin, this is a question from a veteran. Will Bad Batch Season 3 have all the members of the Bad Batch die or all survive and TechSpot Armor saves them? I think they're all going to go poofy, and the only one that's going to survive is Captain Rex, because we know that he goes all the way through Endor. So we know he's surviving, but outside of that,
I mean, they are setting up the events of the Clone Rebellion from the EU, which left, a lot of them dead.
I mean, you never know, but I just have a sneaky suspicion there's going to be a lot of, with spoilers, but if you hadn't watched this last year, sorry. Tech, I don't know how they plot armor his ass from that. He's dead.
Well, I mean, Hunter's had a similar fall in the same show, and he survived it.
But he's not Hunter. Hunter's the survivalist. Tech is Tech.
Sure, I'm with you.
But it's Star Wars. What am I saying?
It's CG. It is Star Wars in a nutshell. If they do not die on screen,
I know
there is a chance that they will be brought back for XYZ reasons.
Or even if they get that off, you can put Maul spider legs on him. Heck, right? He's going to have robotic legs. Or is Crosshair going to come back? I think he's going to rejoin them. You guys think?
Yeah. Well,
I think it's all kind of culminating.
Yeah. If you rewatch the trailer, part of that's given away because Crosshair, Crosshair's with them, I think, at some point, and he's he has his original armor back or something like that. I don't remember. There was somebody point out the detail in one of the YouTube videos I watched, and they're like,
I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen those all.
There's some stuff in there that kind of leaks what they're doing, but I think they go back to try to save Omega, and they don't get her on the first pass. They only get Crosshair, and then they come back later because I think if you look at the episode list, it's like you go to Mount Tent is like twice, but they're like 6 episodes apart.
Yeah, there's three episodes coming out on the 21st, so we will see what we see with that. So see what they're setting up for this final season.
If it's anything like that they've done prior, the later the seasons go, every time they start a new Star Wars animated show, usually the better they get.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a little bit more tight knitted.
I think we're getting some Rogue One shit with Bad Batch. I'm just throwing it out there. I think there's.
Well, we have to. I mean, at what point do we not start tying in some of these rebellion things into like the shows that we've already gotten? Like,
didn't they did Saw like in the last season, right?
Didn't they have, yeah. They have, and then they did it again in Andor too. With visiting him. So they're going to tie some of that stuff together to kind of get these characters to have more interconnectivity on what's happening.
Yeah,
but we'll see what happens in the long term. But I'm happy for it because the Bad Batch stuff has been not always the greatest writing, but it's been interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see it.
All right. Questions for all of us and one for you, Karth. What are you guys working on from Kaya and Karth at your level? From what else went through, what are you working on now, if anything? Well, I can answer for Karth. He has everything, so he's not working on anything.
Yeah. What am I working on? Trying not to relic shitty characters because I'm bored.
Yeah.
The self-control is really, really
needing to flex self-control.
Because I'm like 10 characters away from having everything at R7. I'm like, I could do it. Wow. And then I'm sitting there going like, but that would take away all my Lettering conductors. And I don't really want to give them away to trash characters.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'll do it real quick because I've been saying it for, since yesterday. I was going to wait Relic 9, Darth Bane, and then I was going to pop like 4 or 5 Relic 8s on characters for the raid to help the guild get over the hump, right? With the 665 million raid crate. This road ahead has completely changed that. Now it's going to be Relic 9 on Darth Bane because that's not stopping no matter what. And it's like, pivot. Time to farm new characters out of shipments. Gungans, stab, Gungans, more Gungans, stab more Gungans, toward Jar Jar. And if Queen Amidala is the next Conquest character, I'll be pulling her, So, I mean, that's, and so all my, relic material, all that stuff now goes from that to the new stuff. So I can be ready as much as I can for the new raid and things. And they're going to be Relic 7, Relic 8s. Like, well, there goes that plan. That plan went down the goddamn toilet. So, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, new raid. Shit. It's like, and I've been farming the hell out of, like, this next conquest is, I call my cache conquest. It's like, I'm just going to farm the shit out of Datacron material and get, the impulse detectors, things of that nature with my burritos. So yeah. Stark, what are you working on, brother?
Nice. Yeah, I'm starting to go for getting some squads ready, like Karth was talking about, for 5v5. So I need to farm up a Biggs Datacron. I need to get some of my other characters like Hawthorne Scout, POW, that are like Relic 3 up to like 5 or 7. Working on a couple of characters for our TV operations in the guild, Viva Laporte.
Viva Laporte!
Viva Laporte! And then also I'm starting to, which I've not done a very good job of, I'm starting to work on kind of relic padding some of my pilots, like, Imperial.
Good luck, kid. Pilot. You're going to need it.
Right? Like he's at like Relic 5, Vader, and Scythe, and some of those other pilots. I'm trying to relic them up for my Leviathan as well as for the Chimera fleet so that I can counter Leviathan, because if you miss that initial kill with all the formation on your pilot, then you're kind of effed. And then, like you said, the new road ahead. So Misa gonna be, I guess, farming some
Misa
Bombad General.
You should try spinning, Stark. It's a good trick, I heard.
Spinning?
Yeah.
God, I don't want little Annie.
Oh, little Annie.
I guess that's why we're gonna get Padawan Kenobi or whatever, right? Like we're gonna do.
Yeah, Padawan Kenobi makes a lot of sense for the Queen Amidala team.
Captain Tanaka,
but it kind of, I'm torn by that idea because it would make the most sense in my head for Padawan Kenobi to synergize heavily with Qui-Gon.
Yes.
It's like,
how dare you use logic and shit, Garth? It's not the.
So I'm like, I would love to see the character, but I would hate for it to be like, yeah, but Padme wants him more.
Dare you, sir?
I'm like, no. Padme wants Anakin in an incestual kind of way.
Right. Right.
My Mr. Anakin guy. Oh, you know it. Kimmy, question. So it's okay that I feel pissed off at CG for ignoring Caliban? Yes. No one will ever tell you here that you shouldn't feel a certain way. But anyway. Question from her again. Question. Omicron for Jedi Council members a possibility?
I guess.
Possibly. But it won't come out
play further
later,
along on the idea
later
of...
summer, fall. We might see something like that, but not with this episode one. I don't see an Omicron for Jedi Council coming in yet.
I just really hope CG learns their lesson about these stupid raid armies.
Oh my god. Yes.
They like, honestly, it's like, guys, CG, if the army doesn't get me a max run with little effort, it's not worth applying.
No.
Quit designing them. And hear me out, do what you did with the Rexcron. Yeah, the Rex Army, which I can't understand why they didn't do that with Scout. Make it function in multiple places, because Scout's raid army is trash. It barely it might, with a lot of work, get you to a 2.7 run. You can't use it anywhere else. It doesn't do anything. But once this raid's over, the investment sucks. It's like, so you're not a day one adopter on a raid army, that's a big gamble to take.
Yeah.
What's the point? And so I'm to the point now where I'm just like, either give them multiple uses, be like, raid army plus GAC army, because what it does in the raid is basically useless, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I would rather just have it rather be something else.
All right. Linky says, any recommendations for a solo Leia cleanup? No protection upcron.
Yes.
What would you use there?
Would be my recommendation.
Iden?
You need a lot of damage. She is a thick cookie to crumble.
I like the Gaz idea.
Yeah.
Gas would be my go-to. If you have a way for Rebel fighters to kind of loop really hard, then that they could be a good go-to. In 3v3, it's difficult though, because you only get 2 characters.
Yeah, it's really
Gas can still do it with 2. You could maybe do a bounty hunter cleanup if you had Fennec and Boba available. It's going to take you wouldn't want Fennec lead, of course. But you get the armor shreds, you get the ramping offense, you get the multiple hits. It will eventually.
You get that if you use the Scavenger one, where they get once you use, you get the turn meter, or you can do another ability. That's a really good one to use because you're just constantly taking turns and doing your abilities. And stuff.
You get through your contract pretty fast.
Yeah, Scoundrels do basic.
It's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a lot of damage. She's
beefy and creamy, and she's a bitch to deal with, man. Nathan H. question: which anime reminds you the most of Star Wars? Jesus Christ, none.
Which what?
Anime? Everyone knows I'm a huge anime junkie. Nothing reminds me of Star Wars. Star Wars is just this old. It's like,
just besides the animes that they made from.
Well,
Star Wars,
I mean Visions, but
the Vision stuff, yeah. Outside of that, but I mean that was exactly like
going through
Star Wars
everything
related.
that I can think of. None. No anime even comes close to reminding me of Star Wars. I've never seen one, or even would think that an anime reminds me of Star Wars. A lot of anime deals with more fantasy stuff. There are sci-fi animes out there, but they're not even close. Like Robotech is sci-fi, right? But it's not like it's hi wifey, I saw you tie your car, I saw that. Jesus Christ, anything resembling that? I mean, it's a lot of fantasy stuff with anime too, or just, heroes or just something totally different. Like, I'm not going to sit there and go Naruto and think, ninjutsu's like the Force. No, it isn't. Like Like even the newest ones that I've been watching, Jujutsu Kaisen and some of the ones that are Demon Slayer, like, no, I don't think Star Wars. I mean, there's a tie-in because of, that the Kurosawa stuff that Lucas built a lot of what the Jedi and stuff were on. But outside of that, that's really the closest, not even same ballpark kind of thing.
Hey, what's up?
With anime. We can still hear you, Karth. Karth's taking a business call.
Yeah, I can hear it. All right, well, we'll check it again on Monday and make sure we're set.
Pickle.
Okay. Probably, I don't know if it's gonna be next weekend.
Karth, I'd like a prime rib. What are your thoughts?
Pretty close to ready for you to trim out that unit in the front too.
Okay.
Solid plan.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch you later.
Sounds good.
Bye.
10-4, good buddy.
That's right. Yep, that's right. Karth has handled his business. You heard it live here on the stream. Karth, we just heard everything you just said, and we were having fun with it. I was like, mute. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You better have those droids up there on the top bridge working on those moisturizers, so there's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah, no, it's I got a plumber doing some work in one of my units. He had a leak on the dishwasher. I need to go in and check on it. So he was calling to let me know it was done.
Okay. Nathan H. Next question. Has any new character coming to the game annoyed Ranger more than Jar Jar? I mean, I'm not a big fan of Jar Jar. It doesn't excite me, but I'm still going to work on him. And I don't think that.
Again, it's the way they're bringing him in that makes me excited for Jar Jar to be
with the whole
here.
faction. Yeah,
it's a full faction. It's not just slapping him under Padme and making me gear a bunch of random characters for it. It's going to be a fully functional team. It looks like, based off of what they've said, is that the new raid is going to be 5v5 again, which is a good change of pace. I just want CG to understand completely that 5v5 is the way this game should be played, and any other game mode is entertaining, but too much of it is obnoxious. I would really love to see 3v3 to be kind of a 1 every 4 instead of 1 every other.
I agree with that.
But
1,000%.
That's just my opinion.
What a smart statement, Karth. God damn it.
100%.
Why don't you listen to that kind of shit, CG, and instead of getting his gift giving?
Right. Take back the packs and listen to Karth.
They're not listening to me, so listen to Karth. All right, if you're gonna ignore a Ranger because he blumbers and blusters, damn it.
They want to talk about player engagement, and they put in game modes that frustrate the majority of the player base. It's like I even said it to Crumb back in September. I said, honestly, the reason why people don't like the game mode isn't because it isn't interesting. There are players that love the theory crafting. It's because the rest of your entire game is 5v5.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're trying to get new players to completely forget everything they know about the game every other season of GAC so that they can play it. Like, honestly, what I do every time 3v3 starts, the first week is I put down a difficult defense. If my opponents don't clear a wall, I'll clear the top and take the W. If they do clear, I'll do 1 battle and it's over. Because I wait to the second week for people to do all the heavy lifting and find out what counters work. Because I'm not going to bother to think about it. Because all it does is raise my blood pressure for a week if I try to do it on my own.
So causes me pain. Go ahead, Stark.
I was just going to say, I'm just going to the Church of Karth here because it's the same thing. I'm like, the first week of 3v3 is like, what the fuck? Like, I'm looking at the defense that I had from the last season going, what was this?
Lord Karth. Thou shalt now give me packs. And the Lord did grin, and there was much rejoicing.
At church, you pay tithe to the church, not to the patrons.
Oh Lord, we have given Karth breakfast cereals and delicious donuts, so he may go forth and give us juicy packs. And there was much rejoicing, and we 100%. Ate Finn, and we sacrificed many versions. Amen. All right, let's see here. Will OG Maul get a rework on his rework from Michael W. Huntington III?
I mean,
No.
I would be okay with it.
They're not going
because
to.
I would like Darth Maul to be some sort of useful, but I mean, I doubt it because they've already kind of come out and said.
I mean, what?
That Darth Bane was going to be the leader of leftover Sith if you didn't want to use him with C, which
maybe he'll be the TB Omicron or the Red Omicron.
I mean, that would be funny, but all we're doing is fighting B1 battle droids, which is, oh my God, that annoys me so much that we're doing basically a clone of the speeder bike raid, but instead of moving, we're now just fighting endless waves of B1 battle droids.
I know, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, this is still not in the right vein. I want to go. I would prefer like the pros of the raid system with Endor compared to the Crate Dragon, like the lack of time it takes, the lowered RNG factors, you know, the is less mod intensive, all these other factors that kind of make it more palatable, even though it's, you know, boring to play and it's, you know, gives a fair amount of the player base motion sickness to stare at for half an hour. It's still not a raid. Like, it doesn't feel like a raid. I really wish whoever's designing the raids for SWGOH would just go look at the raid that the same company developed for Home. Granted,
different
besides what Home's doing. You know, it's the Mines of Moria raid. It takes place over 4 days. You have to hit it every day, which is a little unfortunate. It would be a little bit of work, but you get a new phase every day with new mechanics and different changes, and different teams are better or worse in those areas. It's a far more interesting raid system than what we have currently in our raid system. And it's still, but it's the predicate of the same mechanics. A lot of them, there isn't a winning. I am on the concept of, like, you know,
be better.
I log in once a day. I do my dailies, farm some shards, and then go away.
Yeah, I go watch porn.
What?
It's not good, in all honesty. Home is severely just way too far behind.
Arth, you should come join me at One Punch Man. It's an amazing game, and I'm having so much fun.
I do not want to pick up more games.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want to get rid of Home and you need something that's more fun, trust me, we even got an Archie Desi guilds created and everything. I'm enjoying the hell out of that game. I spend less time in that game doing more stuff in that game than I do in SWGOH. It's like,
yeah, unless Home gets out of their legal troubles and they start pushing updates again.
Yeah,
I mean, this game's going to be just completely dead in the water in another 30 days.
Dark side statement. I feel like guild gifting is a stepstone to being able to challenge guild members to a private GSE match.
Could be.
That's what I was saying. I hope
that's hope, case. But I'm going to say
confidence is, yeah. Without Adrat in the squad, my hope is very low.
Darth Eldor, hey, says, hey everyone, question, any early opinions about this new bonus zone? That's gonna be like Zepho.
I mean, crazy. It's gonna be in the mixed zone because they are, which is, you know, a guarantee, because they said it's gonna require Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and Bo-Katan. So that's light and dark. So it's going to be the mixed zone, which is good. I'm hoping it has some sort of special reward with it and not just get currency. I would really like to see a new character come to TB. TB is over a year now. We've got nothing besides Reba to farm. I really kind of hope they take the opportunity with the second planet being added to move to a new character to farm out of it. You know, don't take Reba away, but especially because I'm pretty convinced that that Mandalore will be a Relic 8 planet. I'm pretty convinced it will be there. Because that's where, like, you have the first opening on the map to even get to another planet being placed, unless they want to redraw some lines, which, you know, that's up to them. But I would see it being R8. I would prefer R7 because that falls in line with the requirements for Bo, and then players aren't having to invest just to go play out that planet. But
which is probably why they'll make it R8 so that they do.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because you're hoarding the shit out of Relic 8 material right now. 100%. Oh my god!
All right, I'm gonna drop. Thanks
All right,
again, Ranger.
Stark. Yes, come back every Saturday if you like, brother. You've got the
Awesome,
link
man.
now.
Love you. Karth, enjoyed it, man. Nice to chat with you.
Yep.
Yep, you
No
can go watch
problem.
Stark over on Twitch, Stark Gamer. Well, what is the actual title on Twitch there?
Stark Strategy Gamer on Twitch. I'm gonna
There
be
you
rebranding to Stark SG, but yeah. So it
Yeah,
goes.
why don't you make it easier for us potato heads like me to figure out where you're at? Unless you hit the heart button, which you should do, and then you don't have to worry about figuring out what the damn name is. Well, unless I'm
Right,
rating, then I have to
come
figure
watch
that
me
out.
lose with a massive roster.
That's
and
right. Take
based
your
on
beating like a
banner
man.
efficiency. Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
Good man.
yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what Scribe played my my GSC yesterday and dropped one battle, sorry, and that was enough to lose the round because the other guy is just a super sweaty efficiency player.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really good player, really good at what he does, but just like it's we went first, we gambled on a counter and lost, and then if we wouldn't have dropped that battle, we would have won by 2 banners.
Wow.
And so it's like, well, I mean, I don't really care, but
yeah,
it still sucks to see that.
It does.
Sure.
All right, Stark. Salute,
Right
sir.
on.
Have a good one, my
Enjoy,
friend.
guys. Take care.
All right. Next question. We'll do a few more here. Wrap it up for me and Karth. He has plumbers to go kick the shit out of, and I have I don't know what I'm doing. I do have D&D tonight, so if you want to come watch me on Twitch on the RC Variety Gaming channel, you can. I am looking to expand and do more games. Need a new video card, so if you want to do a tip in the old tip jar, see me do shoeies or tell dad jokes, you just hit the PayPal link, throw it in there, and there you go. That being said, Kaya, question: what do you think the rewards will be in the bonus zone? I do think there will be a character if they follow the same path. First, how it was the Inquisitor, then GI, and then Reva. Now will be a JB, and then I don't think. Excuse me. I don't think we're getting a character with this zone either, and I just think it's going to be another reward zone. I don't know what the rewards will be. I still think it's going to be like a Zepho zone. It's just going to be, you have it, you get more bonus stuff. You can get a star and some more bonus things.
You get more. You won't get more. You get one more star, and then you get a treasure chest in the first 2 layouts, which is fine, good enough. But the it really just depends on what they if there's anything besides like a get special mission on there, because like that you have that with the clones on Zepho, which is, it is what it is. Who really cares? I'm not going to fuss and fight with them too hard on it, but it is just one of those things where it's like, all right, well, let's move along to the next thing here, because this is it's not as interesting as we'd hoped. So
next question from Jedi Rules. Ranger, are you doing the rest of the JSC from last night?
I don't want to.
I mean, I will, just because we did it last night. Usually I just do Friday nights, Saturday's Jedi Academy. I try to focus on that. I was thinking about doing GAC, but it's like, if it was 5v5, I'd be much more interested. But 3v3, I'm waiting to see what my opponent does, and then I'll make my final attack run. But yeah, it's not the same interest in 3v3 as there is 5v5. I did some last night. We were mainly focusing on the road ahead, which was important. So yeah, I'm still recovering from all the viruses running through my body right now. God, I just yesterday started feeling somewhat normal. Yeah, kids, don't get the influenza and the coronavirus vaccines at the same time. It will wipe you out.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. Ew,
that
God.
would do it.
Linky's letting Desi jingle Schnarf know that he's being a good boy. Yeah, well, you don't want Desi timing you out. We know how that goes. It doesn't go well, especially for people named Linky and some others. All right, final call for questions and stuff. Shoeies, any of that stuff. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, yada yada yada. We're gonna start wrapping it up here. And yeah, so get your final questions in and things of that nature. I did say I may do my JC today, but I'm just looking at it like he hasn't even attacked, and if he's going to, I'm already 5-2. Not that important to me. You know what I'm saying? Linky's like, yeah, say, I'm innocent, I tell you, say, political prisoner stuff, yeah. Oh, God. Dirty copper, yeah. Desi, you're not gonna take me alive, say, yeah. All right. Final call for questions. Give you another minute or two. If you have any more questions you want to post us, please do. Yeah, Karth, I forgot about TW, but I was like, that's the weekend. I'm usually busy on the weekends. I forgot about TW.
I mean, we're
we're not part of the mandatory sign up committee, so it doesn't really matter.
Kai says, I'm thinking about working on my geos more now because of TB and ships and GSC, etc. It probably will be something you will have to work on. I mean, I've got most of them relic. I've got a couple, I think. Poggle.
You need a Mars 7 for the
probably, man. And now you know why. Yeah, now you know why I'm hoarding.
You'll need a Mars 7 for the Genosis mission and TV, so that's a good place to aim. But I mean, if we have a separatist fleet, there's a high chance that they move them somewhere. If it is Trench as the separatist fleet leader, I would assume that he would take the non-droids and they would add more droid ships for the Malevolent. So if Geos are going to be part of the meta, you're going to need to put them up higher.
Yes, indeed. That's what she said. Dark Side. The Dark Side says, question, what modding should I prioritize for SLKR for countering Leia? Oh, that's an easy one. Speed, speed, speed. As much offense as you can get on him, and health. Those 3 stats is what you're looking for. But you've got to outspeed her because you've got to control Drogon. If you don't, you're going.
Yeah, you're going to want Slacker to be roughly a minimum of 570 speed. Realistically, you probably want to push above 580.
Yeah, I have mine at 582.
Because Leia gives plus 40 speed, Slacker only gives plus 30. So she's got a 10 speed advantage on you, but it takes insane god mods to get her to like 570.
It takes an incredible mods to get her in the 550 range, man. She's slow. Yeah, speed so set with health set, Dark Side. You can look at my modding on my SLKR. That's what you're looking for. And roughly around 12K, if better than better, for the offense. But you're going quick, you're ramping up, and you're trying to control Drogonus there, or you're going to have a very miserable day. A very, very not good day if you don't that's the only way you can do it. Neo Venom question, do you think they'll ever do anything with the Resistance cartoon? Maybe not characters, but maybe at least the ships. No, they're not touching that thing.
They won't ever touch
that thing.
It,
died
if they haven't done it yet, they're not going to do it now.
No.
That is hands down some of the worst content they've ever pushed out the door.
Yeah. General Ranger, I got both of those shots last year and went to work the day after. I didn't feel that good. No, I didn't have pain or anything. It just wipes you out. It's like my body was like, you need rest. I mean, I told the story the day did it on Tuesday. I did the stream. As soon as I got done with the stream, I literally took a bath because I needed to soak and because I was feeling achy. But as soon as I did that, I fell asleep. Then I woke up and then I was talking with Desi for about, 10, 15 minutes. And then I slept for another 14 hours. And then Wednesday, I'm sitting there doing the stream like, oh my God, I feel like I want to go back to bed. So it just really wiped me out, so, Desi says, I doubled up on the shots and was sick for a week, but there's some research showing that doubling up builds a stronger immune response versus doing one at a time. That's fine. That's just, you're just going to feel like poopy diarrhea, the old poo diarrhea. Okay. Last call for questions and stuff. You gonna get it in now. That's what she said. What's my guild? Oh, that's the TW thing. I was like, what's the guild want? Do you need me for? Oh, it's just TW. It's like, that old chestnut. TW. That's the old TW. Yeah, good. But yeah, I'll be chilling today. I still have to do D&D tonight, so I definitely need to get some rest because Ben, for some reason, thinks that he can go till midnight and that I'm going to be able to stay awake. I'm like, no! 3 hours. Most should get out of me on D&D, damn it. I am tired by that time. All right, last question from Wolfman. After this, no more. Ranger, how does it feel to have your favorite character in the game now? Well, he's not my favorite character. Get with me in about 5-6 months because I still think Revan Reborn is coming into the game. So Neo says, Desi, if I'd used better protection, I wouldn't have a 12-year-old son. That's true. If you don't cover, she'll be a mother, If you don't wrap, that's a trap. All right. All right, Kyle. When's the State of the Galaxy? 3 weeks away? I don't think we're getting a State of the Galaxy. Road Aheads. They stopped doing State of the Galaxy. I don't even remember the last time, Carth, we had a State of the Galaxy. It's just been Road Aheads. Like, ew. I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't see one coming. You know, I mean, we haven't had one in, I can't think of how long we've had a State of the Galaxy. Road Aheads, then Silence. They put out what they want. I don't think we're getting a State of the Galaxy. No state. All right. With that, we're gonna wrap it up. Roll the credits. So we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Make sure you watch all the videos. Yeah, everyone's too confused by State of the Galaxy. Yeah. But make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and leave comments on the video on the way out. It's very much appreciated. And with that, we are going to say adieu. Go check out Stark Game. If you want some more SWGOH fun, go watch our friend Stark over on Twitch and show him some love. Tell him we sent you there. And anything else? I can't think of anything else, Garth. I think that's it. So, all right. Yeah, go ahead, Garth. Anything else? No?
Yes. I think we're solid.
Okay, we're solid. Solid as a rock. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. I'm gonna go let Garth do his thing. I'm gonna go do my thing. I'll see you tonight for D&D. If not, I'll see you on Monday for some more Manic Monday GAC over on RSG Twitch. So everyone, have a great rest of the day. Love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.